We're live. Put your head on my shoulders. Hold me in your arms, baby. Good day, everybody. I don't know when you're going to watch it, but this is recorded live. My name is Scott Anderson, and welcome to a 30-minute yoga flow for neck, shoulders, upper body, both therapeutic and strengthening. How you guys doing out there today? I'm not sure what there is to chat about right now, but oh, the hat. The hat. My mom gave me this hat. I love this hat. And as yogis, one of our objectives is to practice detachment. But I, I love this hat. So do not mess with this hat. Good morning, Terry. My daughter, I wear her hat all the time. A lot of her hats because they're just awesome and glittery and pink and cute. But one day she tried to wear my hat, and I punched her right in the throat. I'm sure you understand. I had no choice. I didn't. Come on. Hello, Carrie. Go, mom. Nice hat. Andrea says. All right, let's do it. I'm not wasting any time with you people. We got shit to do. Let's make ourselves feel awesome today. All right, so behind me I got my buddy Mufasa, and he happens to be my towel boy. Okay, so I want you to go get a towel. It doesn't matter if it's a kitchen towel or a bathroom towel, just anything that's bigger than a washcloth that is at least that big. Okay, because we're going to be using that for our shoulders and through our therapy today. So I'm going to give you guys a second to go get that towel. Look, there's nothing, and there's still nothing. So that's why I teach yoga and don't do magic. Step your feet far apart. And we're going to go through a salutation pattern today just to get the body warmed up. It always feels good to do that. But for right now, we're going to stir the pot, okay? So I want you to just have your feet wide and bend knees one at a time. Even though we're going to focus on the upper body, it never hurts to just get a little loosey-goosey. Now I want you to lunge to the right leg. You can place hand on knee, even elbow on knee is probably even better. And chest to the floor. And I want you to think of your left arm as a limb that has gone completely numb. And I want you to just swing the hand in a circular motion like you were stirring a big pot of water. But as much as you can, let the arm hang. Don't try to pull the hand away from the floor. Let the shoulder hang off the back and just stir. Rise up and bend your back knee and reach your left hand away from your right foot. All you got to do is reach as far away as you can. Take the groin back and reach away from your right foot. Let's do that again. Lunge to the right knee and let your shoulder hang off your back. And if you think about it, stir the pot the other way. If you were going clockwise the first time or counterclockwise, try to reverse it. And rise up. Bend the left knee, straighten the right, and reach away from your right foot. Stick out your groin, or pull your groin back, stick out your butt, I mean, and release. We're going to do the other side. Switch those feet, turn the left foot forward, bend the left knee, elbow to knee, and now we're going to take that right hand down until it's just a few inches from the floor and begin to stir the pot. Again, notice if you're starting to retract the shoulder and let it just hang off your back and stir that pot. You know who you should really be concerned about is me, because my little 8-year-old daughter now wants to become an MMA fighter too. And she's just like attacking me, like surprise attacking me now. Which is good. Keeps me on my guard. Rise up. Keeps me fit. Keeps me on my toes, literally. Reach your right hand as far away from your left foot as you can and pull your groin back. Come forward again and elbow to knee and stir that pot the other direction. A feral spider monkey. Not that a spider monkey could be feral, but that's what I call my daughter when she gets really, really ornery. Like weirdly aggressive. And we were looking at pictures and video of her when she was a baby, and she was just the most princessy girl, and she still is. And rise up. Reach your right hand away from your left foot. Just reach away, pull the groin back. And release. Bring that left foot in and hinge forward. And I just want you to let both arms hang now. And see if you can time it so that as you swing your arms, one is never whacking the other one. And just for a little neural wiring, slow that down and go the other way. Make those circles, stick out that butt, and stir the pot. Hands outside the knees. Press your chest forward. Plant your hands on the floor. Look behind you between your heels. Lift halfway up, hands on the thighs. Look forward. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Look at the edge of your mat behind your heels. And one more time. Hands on the thighs. Push your heart forward. Look forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, look behind you, let your head hang. Now let's stay here, and I'd like you to weave your fingers inside of your opposite elbow crease. And that means that you're folding your arms. I'm going to rise up if you need to see what that looks like. It looks like you're folding your arms like you're being impatient with somebody, right? Like you're copping an attitude. So you whack those fingers into the opposite elbow so that you don't have to grab your elbows to prevent your hands from falling to the floor. So once you've placed those hands inside the elbows, we're going to hang. Let the head hang off the neck. Let the elbows hang off the shoulders. But we're active through the legs, so unlock the knees, pull the inner thighs back. Place your hands on the floor, walk your hands to the right, and lower your left knee down. Reach your right hand up. Look up for your thumb. Reach up higher. And release. Turn 180 degrees to your left. Lower your right knee down. Reach up with your left hand. Look up for your left thumb. Reach as high as you can. And then place your left hand on the floor and step back into plank. Touch your chest to the floor. Every time we bring chest to the floor, guys, we're going to take a moment to lift the hands. And what I want you to do is lift mindfully. That means think about both hands lifting off of the floor together, and if one can only go so high, make sure that the other one only goes to that height. Think about two books, the same books that you're sliding under your hands, and then put your hands on those books, tighten your belly, and push off of the floor. Press back, bend the knees, move around. We're really going to focus on this aspect of crouching cat, which is a modified down dog, to really open up chest and shoulders. So look straight down where sweat would drop off your nose and hit your mat. And try to push your butt back with your hands. Next, lower your elbows to the floor one at a time in a dolphin. See if you can't keep your hands separated enough so that your forearms are parallel to each other. And again, try to press your heart back between your ankles with your elbows and your hands. Lower your knees and come on to your hands. Slide your right foot to the right and slide left hand across towards the right foot, and never even has to come close. Lean to your left and lower your left shoulder. You can flip the left hand and slide the right hand forward. Now push the back of your left arm against the floor. Push your right hand into the floor and turn at the armpits like that circumference where a heart monitor band would be around your chest. Turn from that place. You can even tuck chin to chest, look up at your armpit and see the ceiling, maybe. And then pull the weight of your body back so you can slide your right hand back to your face and push your left shoulder off of the floor. Plant those hands again. Slide left foot left, and then slide right hand under left rib cage and lower right shoulder. The side of the head. Slide left hand forward. And if you want to work deeper into the neck and trap, chin to chest and then turn chin to armpit and push the body weight forward, rolling more onto the shoulder blade and the back of the head. But even if you're just twisting at the trunk and not at the neck, that's okay. Pull your hip weight back, slide the left hand back to your face, push your right shoulder off the floor, plant the right hand, step the left foot back, lift the knees. Crouching cat or down dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, touch your chest to the floor, leave it there, and lift your hands so that books of the same size could get underneath your palms. Try to go for a little bit bigger book, and then plant your palms. Pull your belly off the floor, push up, and press back. Really focus on trying to slide your mat out from underneath your feet with your hands. And the more your hands try to slide your mat forward across the floor, the more it should feel like your heart is going back. Your head might get closer to the floor. Your nose might be closer to your mat. That's all great. Inhale forward to a plank. Lower your chest to the floor. Lift your palms off of the floor. Same height, both sides. Plant your palms. Pull your groin off the floor. You can use your knees down as leverage. Push up, press back. We're going to do that one more time, guys. Really fire up all the way from the bottom of your traps, trying to push your thumbs away from your shoulders, pressing your heart closer to your feet. Forward to plank, chest to the floor. Lift the palms. Lower the palms, pull the groin off the floor, push your chest off the floor, press back. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Right hand reaches for the ceiling. As I mentioned, we're doing a modified Volution. Reach down and turn to your left 90 degrees. Left hand on the side of your head. Pull your collarbones forward so your back is flatter and more parallel to the floor. And then turn your chest to the left. Please don't lift your left elbow away from your nose. Keep your left arm parallel to the floor, even though it's bent at the elbow. Reach down. Turn back to the top of your mat. Step back, chest to the floor, lift the palms, push the hands down, push away from the floor, and press back. Left leg lifts. Step through. Reach your left hand up, breathe in. Exhale, turn to your right. Left hand remains on the floor under your heart, right hand on the side of your head. Slowly turn your chest without lifting your right elbow towards the ceiling. You're simply trying to turn your chest to where your elbows and your eyes are pointing. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat, step back, chest to the floor, lift your palms. Lower the palms, push off the floor, and press back, right leg lifts, step through, right hand up, breathe in. Reach down, turn left 90 degrees, left hand on the side of the head. Turn your chest without lifting the elbow. Turn back to the top of your mat. Step back, chest to the floor. Lift your hands off, put your hands down. Tighten your belly as you push and press back. Left leg lifts, step through, left hand high, breathe in. Reach down, turn to the right. Right hand on the side of the head, twist to the right, reach down, turn back to the left, step back, chest all the way to the floor, lift the palms, lower the hands, tighten the belly, push up, press back, one more set, right leg lifts, step through, right hand high, reach down, turn left. Did you hear my voice crack there? Reach up high, twist to your left, reach down, turn back to the right, step back, lower your chest. Puberty's a bitch, you guys. Lift your hands, lower your hands, tighten your belly, push up, press back, left leg lifts, step forward, left hand high, breathe in, turn to the right, right hand to the side of the head, twist, turn back to the top, step back. Last one, guys. Chest all the way down. Lift those hands. Now reach your hands away from your heart like an airplane flying. Lift your legs, point your toes. Don't lift high. More than anything, I just want you to point your big toes at the baseboard behind you. Lift your hands though. Release. Slide hands under. Leave knees on the floor and push up into a tabletop. Press back into, actually, let's go ahead and just sit to the heels for a second. Rest your hands on your thighs. This is typically where we would pause and take just a short little break. Helps me get my breath back. Daddy needs to take breaks now and then. Let's do it. Step your left foot forward. Grab your towel and turn and rise. Now I want you to take your towel in your right hand and throw it over your back and reach back with your left hand and grab the towel. Keep your knees unlocked. So if it feels like the earth started shaking, your body would bounce like this, your knees absorbing the shock, okay? Now left hand is behind your back. Pull the towel down. Gripping the towel in the right hand and pulling down with the left hand means that your right elbow is going back, your right hand is going down your neck. Now, right hand pulls the left hand up. Hope everybody's okay. I literally say that every time an ambulance goes by. Not just now, but I've always done that. Think about what that siren means. It means somebody's in distress. So mindfulness is acknowledging that. One more time. Left hand pulls the right hand down. And release. Now, right hand is going to hang. Stir the pot for just a second. And rise up. Towel's in your left hand. Throw it over your back. What was that weird movie where the guy was whipping himself? With Tom Hanks or something? Yeah. That's what yoga sometimes feels like, self-flagellation, right? So hopefully today might be a little bit different. Once you've grabbed the towel with your right hand behind your back, pull down. Now, if you're thinking about how much energy you're putting into this, it's maybe 60%, just maybe better than half of your total energetic output. It should feel like you're definitely pulling that left hand down, but you're also not contorting yourself, hurting yourself, or making that right tricep burn so bad that you can't keep it up for a good 30, 40 seconds. Now let's switch. Right arm relaxes, and the left hand pulls up. So not only are we creating more mobility through the shoulders, but we're also firing muscle, right? We're working those triceps. And that's sort of the forgotten aspect of yoga is anytime you're moving your body, in order to stretch anything, something has to contract. So if there's any one thing that defines this method, I just focus on teaching you guys the contraction, and the stretch often takes care of itself. So focus on pulling. And one more time. Now we're going to relax the left arm, and we're going to pull the left hand down by the right hand pulling the towel down. Release. Now let's let that left arm hang and stir the pot just a little bit. Getting the blood flow back into that left arm and hand. And rise up. You could drop that towel for just a moment. I want you to place your hands on the side of your head like you're going to be arrested. Now, typically, I would never give that clue. We're usually talking about half skull position. But today, I'm going to turn my back to you so that you can see I have weaved my fingers. So my students know I rarely give that cue. But what I want you to do with your fingers weaved behind you is bring your elbows in as close as you can so that your forearms are almost creating like a little crown, like one of those Roman leafy deals. And we can be little emperors. Now bend your knees, stick out your butt. And I want you to think about using your arms to grab your head and lift it up. So your mobility is not going to be great here. We could relax the elbows away from the forehead, push the head back against the hands, and go further back. That's not the point. You're trying to lift your elbows away from your thighs, but keep them close to your forehead and slowly release. More than anything, that's probably going to feel like a different type or a higher back bend in your back. Now we'll go ahead and hinge forward and place your hands on the floor. Left hand on the mat right underneath your heart, and your right hand on the side of your head. And just like we always practice in our Volution Salutation, our little twisty pattern, I want you to turn your chest to the right, But this time, focus on pushing your butt back, pushing your hips left with your right foot, and also create a little bit more length in the back of your head. So those fingertips on the back of your head are actually pulling the back of your head away from the back body. And release. And rise up. Now we're going to cross the arms in front of us. My right arm is on top of the left. And we're going to bend the elbows. And here's where that towel can also come into play. So if it's hard for you to get your hands in this position with your forearms kind of wrapped like a rope, then we can always use this towel and grab it with the other hand. So no matter where you grab it, if you flex at the wrist and then pull up with the right hand, you can try to get those little forearms a little bit closer together. Now, once you've got your arms wrapped like this, we're going to hinge forward again and see if we can place fingertip on the floor, maybe even knuckles. And if you can go knuckles of the right hand to the floor, like a fist punching the floor, feel free to push down. But also, I want you guys all to try to press your heart against your crossed elbows. Unlock the knees and try to lift your glutes. One more thing, rise up, and without your torso going to the right, let's pull that right hand to the right with your left fingers. You can even lift left forearm just to change up that sensation a little bit. And release. Reach both hands away from your heart. And let's take it back down. Right hand on the floor, under your heart. Left hand on the side of the head. Pull your collarbones forward and then twist your chest to the left. You're looking to the left. Your left elbow is pointing at what you're looking at to the left. And we're not lifting the elbow to the ceiling or looking at the ceiling. Without your right knee bending, push harder into your left foot. Now use your fingertips of your left hand behind your head to pull just a little bit more length into the back of the head. That's allowing your chin to get just a little bit closer to the left side of your chest or your left armpit. And release. Rise up. And bring your towel with you if your upper body mass is great, or if there's restriction in your shoulders, and you just need a towel to help bridge the distance between your hands, okay? So as your arms reach out and come in, this time your left arm is on top of your right. Left arm is on top of your right, okay? Bend the elbows, and again, if you can't grab your thumb or put your fingertips into your left palm, you can always use this towel, because if you're holding it in your left hand, it's going to drape right where your right hand can grab it, okay? And then you can always flex at the left wrist to get that right hand closer to the left arm. Hope all that came through idea-wise. Now slowly hinge forward and touch the floor with your fingertips or place a fist on the floor. Remember, allow the knees to unlock. Press your heart against your elbows. A little bit more length in the back of the neck. Release. Hands on the knees. And rise all the way up. You can bring those feet in if they're a little too far apart, especially if you're starting to fatigue in the calves, okay? Bring those feet in a little bit. Both thumbs slide over the ears. The groin goes back. Now this time, don't hug your elbows all the way together, But I want your elbows at least in, like the blinders of a racehorse. And begin to look up at the ceiling. And let's see where we can feel that back bend. Remember, we're trying to move the back bend up the back. The lumbar does it all the time, and it's designed to do it. So what we're seeking is more of a feeling of using the mid-back and then working slightly higher to push the heart against the sternum and the front of the ribs. The groin goes back and the heart goes up. Release, rise up. Reach your hands out. Take them behind your back and don't bind your hands. Just stack them on your sacrum. One hand behind the other like a soldier or a sailor at attention, okay? Feet apart and hinge forward. But what you're going to do is press the back of your hands against your sacrum. Bend those knees, pull the groin back. In other words, your elbows should feel like they're lifting away from the floor. Left hand grabs right hand. Pull it to the left. And pin the back of your right hand against your left hip with your left hand. Lengthen your neck and make your spine parallel to the floor. And then twist to your right. Pull your right elbow away from where you're looking. Turn your chest to the floor and rise up. And lower your left ear to your left shoulder. Release. Hinge forward. Grab a hold of your left hand with your right hand. Pull your left hand to your right hip and pin the back of your left hand against your right hip with your right hand. Keep your legs unlocked at the knees but relatively straight and twist to your left. Pull your left elbow. So that left bicep is firing to bend the left elbow and draw it back with your shoulders. Turn back to the floor, rise up, and lower right ear to right shoulder. Come back to center. Now I want you to leave your left hand behind your back, but slide it across your back to the left and grab left elbow with right hand. This isn't about pulling your elbow to your belly button. It's about trying to resist that. So push the back of your left hand against your left hip while you hold your elbow. And release. Right hand on your right hip. Grab the elbow or the tricep or forearm if it's too hard to get the elbow. Hold your elbow. Don't pull it in with the left arm. Just hold your elbow in place with your left arm and try to resist by pushing the back of your right hand into your right hip. And release. Hinge forward one more time. And turn your body to your left foot. Step your left foot back and lower your knees to the floor. Step your hands wide off of your mat. And I'm going to do this so that the mic doesn't go right into my mouth. But you're going to take the crown of your head and place it right on the mat between your hands. And then push your hips forward, rolling on the top of your head towards the back of your head. But the idea here is to make sure that you don't have all of your body weight on your neck. So your hands are at your sides so that they can push as much as necessary while you're Neck uses the leverage of the floor to lengthen. And then lift your head off the floor. Point your toes behind you. Sit back to your heels. Sit on a pillow if that's not 100% comfortable to you. And let's go to the front here. Now I want you to place your hands behind you. My fingers are pointing forward. Lift the hips and lift the chin. I always love when I do a back bend facing this camera because I get a look back at Iggy Pop doing a back bend. And there's nothing more inspiring to me than the godfather of punk encouraging my practice. Lower your butt and lift your chest. Now, if you have a pillow off the couch, off the bed, some type of a bolster, just a bunch of blankets, whatever the case may be, so that you can create a padded shape that you place on the floor in front of your knees. So what we're going to do is lay the chest down on here. In fact, we're really going mid-ribs here. And the reason we're doing this is because either you have boobs or you have tight shoulders. And it's not your fault either way, okay? I'm joking, you guys. Come on. Now, plant your right hand, slide your left hand right, and then slide right hand left. So this creates quite a microphone conundrum. But basically, we've crossed at the elbows. And what you're going to do is using your feet, push yourself forward so that you can put more weight onto the back of your hands and your shoulders. And you can always pull yourself back and cross the other way or stop if any of that is extremely unpleasant to you. And you can also try palms down. And you could also try doing this if you have good mobility in your shoulders and you're not well endowed in the chest area. You can always do it without the pad, but I wanted to give you guys that option first. And remember, crossing the elbows is one thing, but pushing yourself forward so that, I'm so sorry about the mic here, guys. So that you basically pinned your elbows underneath your chest and you have, in fact, essentially pinned yourself. This is always fun as a yoga teacher when you have people do that because you could just put one finger on their spine and they can't get up. Now, work those hands back out to your sides. Come onto your fingertips and push your chest off the floor with your fingers. Lower your chest, slide your right hand in, and roll to your left. Rest your head. This is one of my favorite shoulder and pec releases. I'm always doing shoulder rolls because not only do we need that mobility in the shoulder, but also the shoulders tend to just slide off of the back and come forward anyway because our hands are on keyboards or hanging on our sides. So we're always got to be working on the muscles that give us posture. Go ahead and roll onto your belly. Let's do the other side. And slide left hand to chest, roll to your right, look to your left, rest your head. Roll back onto your belly. We're going to place the elbows underneath the armpits. So our arms are in a sphinx pose. Make two fists. push your knees down and slide them forward. So you're sort of halfway between a forearm plank and a tabletop. And then lift those knees. But instead of just trying to press through the heels in which your legs are straight and then your groin is just automatically wanting to go to the floor, I want you to use your low back. Bend those knees, and your elbows are trying to push you back, and your feet are trying to slide you forward. And then you'll find that nice equanimity of balance between the upper and lower extremities firing, that your low back feels really good here while you're working on some core strength. Lower the knees, come onto the hands and walk them back. And we're going to bind the hands behind us. Hinge forward, place your head on the floor, and lift your fists. Lower your hands to the side of your head and push your head off the floor. Place your left hand in the top right corner of your mat. Slide your feet in, knees a little bit wide. And with your right hand, reach between your legs and grab your left shin. And then slide left hand just a little bit further. Use your right elbow against your right inner thigh to turn your chest. You don't necessarily have to turn your head. Let go of your left shin and place your right hand on the floor under your chest. And let's switch sides. Slide the left hand back. Slide right hand to top left corner. Left hand slides back and grabs right shin. Rest the side of the head. Slide right hand forward, push your butt back, and turn the chest a little bit while you push down into your right palm. Let go of your right shin. Place your left hand on the mat. Place your right hand next to it. Now walk your hands forward, walk your knees forward, cross your ankles, and take a seat on the center of your mat, Sukhasana position. So I've got my right foot in front of my left. Place left hand on right knee. Place your right hand on your sacrum. Sit up tall and twist to your right. Untwist, place right hand to the right, reach left hand over, and you can go right elbow down maybe, or slide the hand out further. Maybe just try sliding right hand out and then trying to glide left hand directly over the right hand. My right hand is trying to push my left butt cheek back to the floor, by the way. And release. Switch your legs. Left leg in front. Right hand on left knee, left hand on sacrum. Sit up straight and turn. Not as hard as you can. Twist till it feels good. Release and reach left hand left. Reach right hand up. Slide left hand out, reach right hand over. Try to get your right hand directly over your left hand. That means we got to keep working that right armpit back because your chest wants to turn towards the floor to your left, right? Release. Rest your palms on your knees. Switch your legs if that's more comfortable to you. Slide a block under your butt. And you're always welcome to lie back in Shavasana. If you like the practice, if you're doing it in the morning and you just want to stay awake and alert, then stay upright in a meditation pose. Definitely lie back, especially if you're watching this at night and you're getting ready for bed. Now, with palms on the knees, you can just roll your shoulders And if you're lying back, you can make sort of snow angels and do any other movements that your body might need that I didn't suggest. But when you're ready to be still, just lie and melt, or sit, and without being rigid, be dignified. Close your eyes. If you're lying on your back, without lifting your head, just roll to your right, roll the head to the right. Remember, you're trying to use as little of your neck as possible, so try not to lift your head off of the floor as you do that. And if you are seated, then just melt right ear towards right shoulder. And then do the opposite. Lift the chin and bring left ear towards left shoulder. Come back to center. And then everyone lying or seated, bring yourself into stillness. And listen to your breath. And feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel grateful for both of those sensations, because that is your life. Your life is happening right now. Everything else is memories and fantasies. Hope you enjoyed our practice today. You can always support us with donations or becoming a monthly member. I'll leave a card up in case you want to do that. But even if you can't support these live classes financially, please watch them anyway and share them with others that you think might be interested. You could always help us out that way. I hope you guys all have a really beautiful day. Namaste.